What's good, YouTube? It's Rage Real. So today's video, I want to show you guys one of the best Trey flex plays in Madden 24. So if you enjoyed the video, go and drop a like on the video right now. Go in and sub and turn on post notifications on. So first and foremost, I am in the Falcons offensive playbook. Again, I'm in the Falcons offensive playbook. Now, I do have ebooks on my website, allthingsmadden.com. So if you're interested in any ebooks, make sure you go to the website. It's in the description. Again, the link is in the description. Make sure you go to the ebooks. And if you want a particular formation, as if you like this formation, for example, you can request me to do it on the website, also on the request ebook section. So make sure you go check all of that out. And I truly appreciate you guys. So like I said, today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a really dominant play in Trey flex. Now, a little backstory on how I found this. If you guys don't know, there's a website called huddle.gg, which actually shows every single formation and Madden play in the game. Again, it's huddle.gg. So I was on there looking around and I went to the Falcons and I was looking through, and then I seen this Trey flex. And so I went inside and I seen this interesting play. So I wanted to kind of do a video about it. Now, the way this video is going to work is going to be kind of a trial basis. So what I want to do is I'm actually going to give you guys maybe probably end up going to be somewhere around 10, 11, 12 possibly setups inside of this video using only this play, because this play is that good, and I'm going to show you like why I like it versus like how I like it versus what coverage, if that makes sense. So without further ado, man, we're going to dive right into this. So personnel doesn't matter too much. You'll see when we get inside the video, but just so you can kind of see what this formation looks like, they have dagger, Pierre crosser. Inside post is really good. They have this nice RPO. They have the shock, the SE corner, level sail, verticals, of course, and the play that we're talking about is going to be cross flood. So they have a ton of great plays. This Trey flex inside the Falcons is one of the best of the game, and this cross flood can only be found in the Falcons Trey flex. So that's what we're going to take a look at now. I chose the Ravens just because they have a really great defense all around, and honestly their linebacker core is really good, Patrick Queen and Roquan Smith. So I'm going to leave them in there because when you play online, that's mostly what you're going to see, some athletic high-end style linebackers. So I'm leaving safeties and everything alone because I'm not too interested. Now, when I'm talking about this, I'm going to be going over primarily general coverages that you're going to see game in and game out. So we're going to start off with cover 3 for right now. Now, when you run this offense, you normally want to run it to your 3 receivers to the wide side. And I'm going to kind of fly by a lot of these setups in a way, so you got to make sure you're paying attention. To get the most out of this, I recommend you going into practice mode with me and then having 2 controllers so you can actually do the same things that I'm doing. And you'll be able to see exactly why I like this. But anyways, first and foremost, this style of this video, y'all gonna have to let me know if you like it, because if not, I don't mind switching it up, okay? So again, there's gonna be a lot of setups, but I'm gonna go into detail about all of them. So anyways, first and foremost, obviously you can run it stock. You don't have to do anything to this play, and it's really good. If you're gonna run it stock, what I suggest is you make a left side read. So don't worry about this crosser route. Just act like it doesn't exist. We want to grab this, wants to be a distraction for the user. Now you want to double team this in right here, and if you're going to run this play stock, I recommend you putting square on a streak instead of the fade that it's on. I recommend a streak. It will help you out tremendously unless they're playing cover 2. Now what's going to happen is X's route is going to climb, and this particular setup is good versus every single coverage as far as cover 3, cover 4 drop style coverages. I have a slightly different one for cover 2, but generally you can run this play stock. Now, I need you to see how this route is ran so you can understand. So the way it looks like this person is just gonna like climb straight, but he actually doesn't do that. So what happens is he puts his foot in the ground like he's running an in route, and then he breaks it up. So the fact that he does this is actually really cool, because what we can do, we can play around with the user because of this route right here where it breaks up. So this one setup is what I love. Now, this video is going to be a little different. I'm trying some new things, so I want to just give you guys a ton of setups, honestly, and I want to show you like if they play this, do this, if they do this, do that. We're going to try that out, but y'all have to let me know if y'all like it or not, so let me know in the comments. All right, so I love that setup right there. It works perfect versus cover 3, cover 4 style defenses. Now what we can do to actually kind of confuse our user, we can actually first and foremost I like to actually start incorporating motion. So we'll take square, put them still on a streak, and then we're going to motion over to zig. Now the cool thing about this zig is when we motion it over, it actually turns into a little whip route. So I just want to show you the little whip route real quick, but I'll show you how I like to complement it. So I don't like to run it like that, so please don't run it like that. I just wanted to show you that when you motion the zig over, it actually goes inside and not outside. All right, so how I like to implement this is by taking R1, we're going to put him on a streak. We're going to take X and put him on a zig route just like this, and then we're going to take our zig right here and we're going to motion it over. So this is setup right here is actually extremely clutch. There's a lot of things that we're going to be able to do out of this, but your main read is going to be right there. So the point of this play is to kind of have your opponent worried about underneath. When they worry about underneath, then we're going to be able to look over the top. So no matter what coverage they play, the same concept is going to work, because this zig route is going to push zones out, and this inside breaking zig route is going to obviously, you know, be a look that we want to have. Now this is a spy, so don't worry about this right here. If you're worried about a spy, simply just drift to the right in the pocket and you'll be able to throw the ball wide open right here, if you can see that. Now this setup is good because what'll happen is a lot of times the user will be somewhere up in here, a lot of times somewhere up in here. So the read you want to make is between this person and right here. So you know, sometimes you even could get a little sneaky and hit this sometimes. Now don't say go there often, but sometimes you can. Okay, so I love that versus any of your cover 3, and it also does work versus cover 4 drop. So again, that setup that I gave you, X on a zig, we're gonna take R1, put him on a streak just like this, and we're gonna motion our triangle player across, and that is all that we need to do. We're gonna snap the ball about right there, and again, you can hit R1, you can tell he's gonna be wide open, and it's just such a great play, because you want to start calling this when the user's getting really close to that line of scrimmage. So lastly, I want to show you versus cover 2 with this particular setup, just so you can see how it works versus it. So again, we're gonna run it literally just like this, motion him across, and once he gets to the, I like to snap it as soon as he passes up that tackle. And what you're gonna be able to notice if we could buy time is that we'll have triangle, but if you noticed, we also were able to have circle. So if they play cover 2, don't, you know, panic if they play cover 2 and you call this setup, because what'll happen is this little streak right here is gonna kind of hold this deep safety. It's not gonna hold him all the way, but it's gonna hold him a little bit. And also sometimes you can, depending on who you have, you can pass lead this inside, and I'll show you in a second. But we're gonna be able to throw this right here on the, over there. And also this route is good because we have the underneath, because the vertical hooks are gonna have to back up because of this crosser. So this setup right here is crazy. And also if we put him on a streak, I mean a fade, excuse me, if we put him on a fade, you're gonna be able to notice that we'll actually be able to throw this if they play, you know, a non-zone drop cover 2. So we just have a ton of options, man. And like I said, I'm gonna try to fly through. Hopefully this video is only about maybe 15 minutes or so, but I like for you guys to know why you're running what you're running. So that's the problem with me. That's why some of you guys might not like my channel, because I like to talk a lot, because I like for you to know what you're looking for and to know what you're reading. And also I'm thinking about doing a video on this right here, because this is actually glitchy. It's something I've been noticing. It happens a lot, but I'm not sure if it's practice mode. Kind of pay attention to that guy. Notice how nobody touches him. You would think it's just a fluke for this one play, but this actually happens a ton. I don't know if it's a practice mode glitch or if it's actual like a glitch defense. It's only when you call cover 2 though, for some reason. It's literally only that. But anyways, that's a separate video for a separate time to kind of dive into that. But anyways, I just want to show you guys the setup. And like I said, I know I've been talking a lot. I apologize. But anyways, I wanted to kind of show you this, and we just aren't getting time, but regardless, you can throw it. Okay, so moving forward, all right, moving forward, there's a ton of setups I like. So I gotta make sure that I'm thinking about all of them that I want to give you guys. So there are some couple basic ones that I like too. So what we're gonna do is take triangle, put him on a drag, and we're gonna take X right here, put him on a streak. Now this is still a basic setup, but it's just basically a streak drag concept where we're gonna oh, also you want to take your running back and swing him. You don't want to put him on that. So let me rerun that for you guys. So you can take X, put him on a streak. You can take R1, put him on a swing. And you can take square right here, and you can actually put him either A on a little in route, or B, you could leave him on this streak and then take triangle, put him on a drag. So both of these are fine. You've probably seen these setups a thousand times. So there's literally nothing new about this particular setup. It's just what you're used to. So that's why I didn't want to go too in detail, but I wanted to mention it just in case. All right. So to incorporate this side more, another thing I like to do too is to take triangle, put him on a drag, and then we're going to go ahead and motion him across and take square, put him on a streak still. So with this setup, you're literally just going to be looking between X and triangle just to see who you have. And you never ever want to do what I just did. Never, ever, 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 ever. You always want to drift to where you're throwing the ball. So please don't ever do that. But the whole point of putting them on that is so you can clear it out. But if you don't move in a pocket, really you should never move right when you're trying to throw it left. That would never work on Madden. And what happened is, if I did it correctly, you'd be able to throw this ball now, and you throw it here and you get a nice possession catch. But anyways, love that setup right there. So other thing I like to do too is I like to actually go empty. So what I'll do is I'll put R1 on the streak, we'll motion them out, and I like to put them both on fades. So R1 on a fade and also square on a fade. So let me go ahead and show you that. Oh, I accidentally put circle on a streak too, so don't worry about that. And I just threw that just because. But anyways, don't put circle on the streak. Don't want to do that. But let me go ahead and reset that up for you. So we're gonna motion them out. I like to put R1 on a fade. I like to put square on the fade. And then I actually love to run this. This is pretty much like your Steelers cross play. So a couple things you can do out of this. So you can run it stock. You can take triangle. You can put them on a drag. You could take square right here. You can actually where's my brain at? You can take square right here, put them on an out route, and then you could smart route it. You can take triangle, put them on a hitch, and then you can take X right here, throw him on a hitch or a zig route. I love this setup right here. So this setup is going to be good for your any style of defense will work for this one. So I'll just show you this one just because it's right here. And again, look at triangle and then look at circle. Those are going to be your two reads on those style of plays. So at this point, I'm trying to just give you guys setup so you can go practice them yourself. Now, when we talk about man coverage, things change just a tiny bit. So with man coverage, this route, it's okay, but it's not the best. And I'll show you what I like to do. So if you're dealing with man coverage, just simply use this setup where you motion them across. And I like to take R1 and put them on a streak. So this is my favorite man style beater. I didn't mean to throw that. I gotta spy people so I could drift in the pocket. Cause I try to avoid running plays a lot for you guys. So that way I can give you guys more setups. But if you want to have better pocket management, all you need to do is just double team wherever side you want to go, and then you want to just step up in the pocket and do all those things. But for time's sake, I don't like to spend that much time on it. So all you want to do is motion over triangle, take R1, put them on a streak, and then you want to run it just like this. And to me, I really love this setup because what we're going to be able to do is have X if we want them, or we can have circle. But again, this X route isn't that good on man, but what we can do is actually a couple things. So we can actually put them on a slant and then bring them in. This is one of my favorite things to do though when it comes to beating man coverage. Now, if you have like a slot apprentice, you can definitely use that. But if you don't, I love this setup right here. Either this right here or take triangle, put them on a drag, whichever one you want. But both of them are going to completely torch man coverage, as you can tell right there. I mean, it's, a lot of times if you have a great athlete at tight end, it's just not even going to be fair. So when we talk about man, you really want to utilize the fact that our tight end is not on the line of scrimmage. So I love that setup versus man. You also can take him and put him on a zig and then motion him down to where now he actually can't get pressed on the zig. So I love this setup too if my opponent's playing aggressive, like maybe spinner type of blitz where they're just going to blitz everybody at you. I love this style of setup versus it, because a lot of times what'll happen is the user is going to hover the middle. So let me see if I can show you that. Yeah, we'll use him. So a lot of times the user will hover the middle. Maybe they'll pinch their line, and then what'll happen is they'll be here, and then by this point we can look at X, or we'll be able to look at X, or we'll be able to look at our other zig route. So what you guys might be like, well, Rel, they're gonna just, you know, if they run this, a lot of times they're gonna shade outside and then they'll take it away. So that's why I love to leave the streak here. I'll put my fastest player here, or my wide receiver 1. Whoever my best short route runner is here, and then this crosser is going to be able to, you know, naturally get open because it's a crosser, right? So if they're dealing with man blitz, what else I would like to do, because you're going to have to know how to deal with man blitz if you're going to run Trey flex. It's just mandatory basically. So either you put them on a zig, or you're going to put them on a slant. No matter which one you put them on, zig or slant, you want to motion him down. Right now he is on a slant, and so for this one, if I did a slant, I would take triangle, put him on a drag. So I have X on the slant, I have triangle on the drag, and then I like to block my running back just to kind of help out some, just to help out with the blitz. But anyways, I'm gonna stand right there in the pocket. I'll just kind of let you see why I love those, because you'll always have two quick options when it comes to beating man coverage. So I wanted to spend a little bit of time to talk about how to deal with the man blitz. That's all. And keep in mind, if they're going to play this style of off man, you could definitely just throw this ball quick right here, or you could throw this slant really quick if you just wait half a second. So it's just, I love those three options right there. All right, so for more style beaters, I love to actually take X, put them on an out route, and then I'll take triangle, motion over, put them on a streak. Excuse me, I couldn't talk. And then take square, put them on a hitch, and then just run it just like this. And this is good because we can have X in that little gap, or if we wait, we can actually have our crosser right there to get wide open. So I love this setup as well versus every single coverage, because what's going to be able to happen is that this right here is going to be able to open up because of this crosser, because any hooks or vertical hooks, they have to respect this crosser, which means they absolutely have to back up. It's how Madden programmed them. And this flat route right here is normally going to drift over any of your outside zones. So like your cloud flats, your purples, your hard flats is going to pull those down. And what happens is we have this nice little gap that gets created from here, and we have a nice gap that will eventually get open over here. So if you want this route to be ran a lot faster, what you can do is actually just let him motion all the way across. So I'll show you this versus cover 4 drop, just to show you different defense versus it. And we're basically going to be wrapping up with this video. I'll kind of throw some more bonus setups out at you, but you can really just dominate with this one play, to be honest with you. It's just that good. So anyways, we'll take X, put him on the in route, square on the smoke screen, triangle on the streak. Motion it over. Now you can leave R1 on that route. I like to leave it. It gives like an outlet. But when you actually let him set, it actually works a lot better, in my opinion, because he's actually able to get out of there a lot faster. So now, even though we got a terrible throw, notice how much how more open it's getting. So if you're finding that your crosser isn't getting open because your motion is snapping him here, let him actually get out there and set. And when he gets out there and set, they actually let them run their route faster to where we can actually get this gap open more, if that makes sense. So you got a lot of options here, man. Just all these plays are just really, really good. So I feel like I'm forgetting the setup that I want to give you guys. I feel like there's something else. All right, one thing I want to mention that I didn't get to mention real quick is if they're playing cover 2, this actually is my favorite thing to do versus cover 2 with this particular play. I love to put, I know I showed you the setup already, but I want to show you why. So you want to put them both on streaks if you're dealing with cover 2. And the reason, well, I'm sorry, fades, not streaks. You want to put them both on fades. So that's square and R1. And the reason why is because they'll take an outside release most of the time. And of course I'll throw a pick right there, but I think I put them on a streak by accident. But you want to put them on fades, and I'm gonna show you one more time why when I actually put them on the right thing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna motion him out. You want to make sure he is on the fade. Make sure for a fact he's on the fade, because when he's on the fade, he'll take an outside release. And again, okay, I guess he's not, but either way, you want to look for that gap either way. But I think since he's a running back, they actually don't let them take outside releases. But if you look over here at the receiver, they're going to take an outside release every single time you put them on a fade. It's just what they're supposed to do. I just think running backs aren't programmed to do it, in my opinion, when you put them out wide from the backfield. But either way, you want to put them out wide and put them on fade, so that way you can stretch the sideline. So wanted to make sure I did touch on that for a second. Remember, please run the ball when you're using this formation. And I feel like there's another setup I was supposed to give y'all, but I can't remember right now. Let's see. I feel like there's something else. Now, from time to time, I like to take square, put them on an out route, and then motion them over. Or you can motion them and put them on an in route. They both mean the exact same thing. And we'll snap it right here in the same spot. And what happens is we'll have square, and then we'll read X. But that's only good versus your match style coverages. And I'll kind of, I'll show you that real quick too, actually, before I end the video. So I try to do the video as fast as I can. I promise y'all I do. But I truly appreciate you guys that are still here. I know a lot of you guys, you like to just get your setups and dip, and I appreciate the ones that actually stick around. So anyways, to make sure this goes by fast, I'm just going to spy these right here just so you can see. Now, every setup I showed you can work against match. You just want to make sure and see which one works the best, basically. So the one I just gave you is square on an in route, and then we're going to just go ahead and motion them across. And then what should happen here is I should be able to have square wide open. It's normally how that works. As you can see, we did have him, but it's just in that gap. But I spied 3 people, so that's why that gap was taken away. Now, if you want this to get open versus match, there are a couple things we can do, but I'll talk about that in a second. So essentially what happened here is that he's going to match him. He has nothing to do, so he's going to play that quarter. And this quarter flat right here has to actually go out here for the zig. So what happens here is that a lot of times the user will end up choosing this guy to guard, and we'll have this nice little dump down where nobody is. Now, don't mind these spies. Your opponent's not going to have 2 spies. So I love to do that. Now, if they're playing heavy match coverage, what you can do also is you can actually take triangle right here, and then you can still just use this setup right here where you run it just like this. And then what's going to happen here is that we're just going to make a choice. Basically, we're going to read and just see what we have wide open. So look at triangle, and then also well, basically triangle is what you want to look at. So I love this setup too, because normally the user is going to run with our running back. That's just the way it works. Now what I should have done too was you want to take this guy and actually bring him inside. And actually, I'll just show you why real quick before the video ends. So I apologize for this style of video. I'm trying to, I like to give you guys a whole lot of information, and that way you can rewatch it and kind of get more and digest more into it. But this is basically gonna be the last thing, because at this point, you guys understand it. But anyways, these are just the same setups that I gave you. I just wanted you to see how they look versus match coverage. And what we're gonna end up doing is just picking on the underneath user, if that makes sense. So right here, I don't know what happened, but when you allow this play to run, you're either going to have the zig route or you're going to have the in route. User can't cover both. Match coverage will never cover both of them. They never will, because they just aren't good at switching. So you can see right here, they try to switch, but they just aren't good at switching on this game. So you're either going to have this guy that gets wide open in this gap, or if you're patient, you'll have the backside little zig after he breaks his zig. You'll be able to have this, and you'll be able to skate across the sideline. So I'm sorry I gave you guys so much information. I was not planning on it. I'm sorry. But anyways, that's a wrap up for this video though. Like I said, comment, let me know. I normally don't like to make my videos this long, because a lot of you guys check out of here about 5 minutes or so after. But for you guys that like it, I do it for y'all, to be honest with you. If you want to be honest, you right now that are watching this right now at this very second, I literally do this for you. And I'm so appreciative of you. And just let me know whatever you want to see, whatever information, I got you. I promise you I got you. I'll give you as many setups as you want. Just let me know. But anyways, that's gonna wrap up for this video. I do hope you have a blessed day. I'm Ray Jarrell, and I'm out.